gone to the Jardine ferry, but we know that it closes between 12 and 1 for lunchtime. So Owen is legging it into the ferry station, the fuel station, to go and get us a ticket to get on. So fingers crossed we make it. How did we go?
Oh, good. They don't close anymore. Too many whinges, he said.
Oh, no way!
So, no rush.
Awesome. So how much was it?
$100 return for a single vehicle.
103? Oh, 100.
100 flat.
100 flat. And it was like 130, I think, for a car and a caravan, I've heard. So be prepared to pay a little bit of cash.
FPOS only now. It used to be cash only, I think. But
oh, upgrade.
FPOS only, yeah.
Oh, good. Now, the Jardine River, people used to cross it back in the day with just their cars, but it's croc infested. So the only way that you can get across is via this ferry. It's not very long, so for $100, you may think it's not worth it, but it's literally the only way that you can get across. All right, Loyalty Beach.
Go
get us a beachfront campsite, honey.
Beachfront bungalow, cocktail service, and 3-course dinner.
You can't wear a shirt though. Alright, so we've just arrived at Loyalty Beach Campground in Stacia, which is just past Bamaga, and we are spending the night here, and tomorrow we hit the tip. We are super excited. We spent the day, or the night, sorry, in Elliott Falls Campground and National Park. It's probably one of the most secluded spots we've ever stayed in. We had no power, no water, but they did have toilets there. So this morning we went for a swim there and it was absolutely amazing. It is definitely one of the highlights of this trip for me, and it is definitely a spot that you need to put on your list if you're coming up to the Cape York. So this is our spot here. Literally whenever you come to the campgrounds here, unless it's a national park, they pretty much just be like, go find your own spot. So this is us for the night. We've got power. It was $54 for the night with power, and we are on the beach. Alright, so we've just taken a short cut from Loyalty Beach Caravan Park via a hand-painted sign. It says it's a shortcut to the tip. So we've gone down it, we got to a river crossing. It's probably one of the deepest we've done and the longest we've done. And we weren't sure because the water was a bit murky whether we'd be able to make it. But a guy come up behind us, we let him go first, and it was honestly deep, pretty deep. But now we've got him with us, so we'll be able to tackle anything that comes ahead, which is awesome. So fingers crossed we make it by the shortcut. All right, we've just left the croc tent, which everyone needs to go to get some souvenirs before they head to the tip, or you can go there on the way back. But we're just on dirt track through the rainforest, which is very unexpected. We've just done a little creek crossing, and yeah, on the red dirt in the rainforest. And what are we? Maybe
wouldn't be 5Ks. It was like 15K from the croc tent, and we've been through a fair bit. So yeah, we'll be there very shortly. Very exciting. Feels like the end of a marathon or something.
All right, we've made it to the car park. We're just starting the climb. Apparently it is 800 meters to get to the tip. We're ready. Okay, she's a bit windy. And she started to rain.
Sunny at the car park, top of the hill, pissing down.
The hairdo.
We're done. We came, we saw,
we conquered.
We conquered. We saw a bloody sign, and now we're going back south 2,500 k's.
Well, we parked the car. We walked up. It's probably not ideal in thongs. It is so windy. Don't wear a dress and tie your hair up, and do not wear a hat. Like, it is crazy, but it is a pretty awesome walk. You think you're there, and then you got to go further, and then you think you're there again, and then you got to go even further, because it's right, you go up and then you go down, and it's right at the bottom. But it's a pretty epic view. The boys are super excited, and we're so glad that we finally made the sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been an epic trip, 6 weeks to here. Obviously we could have done it quicker. Had a great journey so far, 4 weeks to go on this trip. Starting to head south after 2 nights at
Punson Bay. It is so nice, especially when you've been spending so many nights in the swag, to come here, get some food, chill out, be on the beach, and all the walkways are sand, so it feels like you're in a little tropical island. It's pretty cool.
helicopter tours and wood-fired pizza.
During World War II, the Cape became a major base for the Australian troops when the Japanese were pushing through Papua New Guinea. So throughout the Cape there are many plane crashes. So there are 2 Beaufort bombers. There's a Kitty Hawk, or one of the signs says it's a Warhawk, and there is also a DC-3, which is probably the best one to go and have a look at. There are also some huge fuel barrels that were just dumped after they fueled the aeroplanes. It's not very well signposted, so you just need to keep track on the trees for some tiny little hand-painted signs.
So we're out and about today to have a look at some of the wrecks. There's a few things that are signposted, and we got given a map yesterday. So we've come to the first one. It's the DC-3 crash site. Check it out. DC-3 aircraft left Archerfield in Brisbane on the 4th of May 1945 at 8:39 in the evening. It crashed at this site at 5:18 in the morning on the 5th of May 1945. This memorial was erected for those on board who died in the crash.
All right, so we're on our way to the second aircraft, and the signage up here is absolutely terrible. So we have come past the DC-3 aircraft. We've just seen the airport. We've seen a little dirt track, and this is literally the signage you get for a World War II plane. Best signage to date.
This is the Australian-made twin-engine torpedo bomber, and it held 2,000 pounds worth of bombs, which is 999 kilos worth of bombs. And it could carry 3 passengers, and it had a machine gun off the wings and the nose. It could travel 644 kilometers fully loaded, at a maximum speed of 431 kilometers an hour.
On the balcony at our little stay at Punson Bay. Room with a view. Just see the helicopters landing, just see the beach. We have just left Punson Bay this morning, come through Bamaga, got a few snacks, and we're down at the Jardine ferry, about to cross back over now, head towards Bramwell. Been a good trip overall. Yeah, Punson Bay, glad we stayed there. It's an awesome spot.
Really good spot. Yeah, good vibe with some music and festoon lighting and heaps of tables looking out over the ocean, which you obviously can't swim in, but we were just saying that we could definitely do this trip again because there were so many things that we actually didn't get to do along the way. So, you know, definitely, like, what do we got?
I reckon you could do this trip like 3 times at least and not go to the same places. I've gone and done it. I've purchased a what you would call a fishing shirt, or whatever you want to call it.
The boys have one too now.
We're all decked out, so yeah, still can't fish, but we're kitted
No,
up.
you can't.
So we're heading now to
Luxury.
Cooktown, I guess. We'll probably stay somewhere a couple of nights, but the goal is to get to Cooktown, and then we'll have a look at Black Mountain and hopefully go down to Bloomfield.
And do the Lion's Den.
Oh, yeah,
The iconic Lion's Den. We can't come to Cape York without doing the Lion's Den. We're just sitting here at Bramwell Roadhouse getting some food, and we lost our numplate. I think it was through Chili Beach. And as I was sitting here, I look up and someone's put us on the tree. How good.
I think I'm starting to realize not everything
Let's go.
has to be alright. Just keep your head up and hold on tight. Shake off the dirt and throw it right down the line. Go on, get loose. Yeah, you better get used to me, go get loose. Yeah, you better get used to me, go on, get loose. Yeah, you better get used to me, go get loose.
Now,
It's tummy time.
If you come to the lion's den, you have to have a photo with it and you have to tag us on Instagram or Facebook. They're the rules.
We're in Toilet Alley above room 4.
We are in Cooktown. We stayed there for the night, so we're just exploring the town here before we leave. Hopefully go down the Bloomfield Track back down to our van, but man, it is windy.
Get my blow on.
Getting the air in your hair. Just a grassy hill. She's a bit windy. But you get 360-degree views up here from Cooktown with one of the cutest lighthouses I've ever seen. We've just come to Black Mountain National Park to have a look at Black Mountain. Now, we had no idea why it was the way it was, but there is a sign here that tells you why. And that 260 million years ago, a massive molten rock was under the surface of the ground, and as the ground started to erode away, all of this molten rock started to come to the surface.
It's pretty epic. So we're at Bloomfield Falls. We've just come through WW2, I think it's pronounced, the Aboriginal town. And I don't know if you can see it properly on the GoPro yet, but it's pretty cool.
Alright guys, we have just started the Bloomfield Track heading south, and we just done our first little creek crossing. There was nothing there, but we are, oh, this one's a little bit different. Oh, the Prado stopped. Oh no.
You want me to push you, mate?
Can't frighten a Triton, so we've been told. Let's go. Alright, we're tackling it. Apparently going north is easier than going south, but we aren't towing, so we're taking it on. Karsten and Maxine, if you don't follow them on social media, you should. They pushed us to do this. They did it in their combi, and our motto is now, what would Karsten do? Because he never checks anything and he just goes for it. So we're doing it, Karsten, for you.
Okay, so we have made it. We're back at Cape Trib camping. We've done the Bloomfield, conquered it from north to south. It was pretty good, really. It hadn't rained for a few days. It wasn't too slippery.
We saw a RAV4 do it.
Yeah, we cruised it. So it was really good. So Cooktown to Cape Trib in a day, easy done. Had lunch at Lion's Den. Yeah, great day.
Awesome feed.
If you like Mummy's videos, hit like and subscribe and we'll make more.
Oh, it's a good day.